go then. Sprint racing at the Dutch TT is underway, and it's a good launch, you have to say. And Binder had to avoid Marini, but look at Binder as they power down towards turn one. Bagnaia's going to take the lead, and Binder, can he get through in third place? He's going to try, isn't he? Yeah, of course he is. And up into turn two as well. And Brad Binder up to second spot now behind Bagnaia. Fabio Quartararo was aggressive at the start. They'll be allowed that run off the track in turn one, and he rejoins in fourth place. Bagnaia leads from Binder, and then it's Bezzecchi in third, Marini in fifth spot, Aleix Espargaro in sixth.
I think we've got everybody round turn 5 as well, which is pretty rare on the first lap, especially in the sprint race. Bezzecchi got just pushed back a little bit. There was half a gap in turn 2, and Binder went straight through.
As Luca Marini has had really solid, consistent pace over the weekend. Now he's got to find a way through on Fabio Quartararo. Brad Binder already looking at the Steckerval to try and find a way past Pecco Bagnaia and make a nuisance of himself. That's what he needs to do. He showed us how to do it at Jerez earlier this year. Can it be in the little double apex right-hander? So many moves over the years made there as Johan Zarco on the move. That's really aggressive, isn't it? And Mandeveen and Douglas, and you could just see coming through. Was that the RNF bike? It is Miguel Oliveira who raises his hand up, but he's going to be passed by Jack Miller. That was messy.
Yeah, rule number 1 in the sprint race on lap 1, if you get into a little bit of a tangle with someone, keep your hands on the handlebars. I mean, waving your arms around, that cost him about 3 places.
It was a really messy run through that double apex. Look at Binder, the front, all over the place. He drops it into the chicane for the first time. Jorge Martin, because of that from Johan Zarco, has moved up all of a sudden up into 6th place.
Yeah. He gained 3 places in that move. What happened as Aleix Espargaro got parked on the outside of the track, he opened the door, and whilst Oliveira was waving his arms around, Jorge Martin just focused and worked his way through. He's in 6th place now, and that's ideal for him.
Someone's dropping down the order. I'm not sure who that is. We've just seen someone's positions drop right down through the order. It's not Vinales, is it? No, he's up to 9th. I think it's Miguel Oliveira who might have gone down or been collected maybe at the back part of the circuit there. Right, leading the way is Pecco Bagnaia. Bezzecchi thought about the move through the Ruskin. That would have been a brave one now.
I mean, it was tight. It's one line through that part of the track, and it's 180, maybe 90 miles an hour at that point.
As Binder's going to run really close to the rear of the Italian, through Hoggerheider, into the Ram's Hook, and up towards the final chicane. Is there a run here for Binder down towards that chicane now? No, Bezzecchi's going to hold on firm, but look at Bezzecchi's bike.
Yeah, it looks like it's moving around a lot. I'm confused. Who's that in 4th place? We've not seen him on TV most of the year. Number 20 on a blue bike.
Young lad. Don't think he'll ever come to much, will he? But 4th in this race for Fabio Quartararo, the former champion. Aleix Espargaro's gone back again as Johan Zarco comes through on him once more, and that Aprilia, well, it has 1 lap pace. Vinales and he have looked good this weekend. Oliveira's looked good. Of the top 5, 3 of them are on track limits warnings. Martin, Quartararo, and now Brad Binder, as Johan Zarco is nudged back by Aleix Espargaro and Maverick. Vinales are going to have a change in the lead here, Neil. Marco Bezzecchi. Bagnaia will have the inside line down into the Strubman. Here comes Bagnaia fighting back against his pal, and he takes over once more. But Bezzecchi means business.
Yeah, and has he got it? It's cut back. He has.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Side by side down the straight.
Superb from Bagnaia. Superb from Bezzecchi. And Bezzecchi toughs it out, and he is going to lead into the Ruskin Hug. That was brave from the pair of them.
Yeah, it was. I mean, obviously they trust each other. They're on very similar machinery. They do a lot of training together. There's a lot of respect.
Well, he's got a comfortable margin now, 0.4 of a second.
Someone's crashed.
Yeah, at the top of the picture, not quite sure. Was it Fabio Di Gianantonio?
Yeah, it is.
Digi has gone down. Marc Marquez up to 14th. He was 10th at one point, Marquez, on that opening lap, and has just gone backwards now behind Taka Nakagami. Oh dear, poor old Digi. Another one bites the dust.
Zarco off the back of his, well, probably the best form we've ever seen him in over the last 3 race weekends.
It was just another messy start, and from 8th on the grid, this appears to be the problem all the time. Here we go again. Now Jack Miller attacking Zarco into turn 1. I wonder if there's been some contact somewhere, because there was a lot of messing about going on, and maybe it's just upset the setting on Johan Zarco's Prema.
Yeah, and you know what it's like now in MotoGP. If you, that was an opportunist move from Alex Marquez. What a move that was! Very impressive and clean.
All the while that Zarco was eyeing up Miller, Marquez behind was doing his own spy mission. So Bezzecchi from Bagnaia out front, still the gap at 0.8 of a second. Espargaro's made it onto the back now of Martin. Now he's got a challenge. His big mate, Jorge Martin. They live both up in Andorra, got the same management. He's a big supporter of Martin, says he has everything that he needs, every tool in his armoury to challenge Bagnaia for the championship this year. So he's Jorge's biggest cheerleader, but
he's going to have a go at passing it.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. And
he's going to have it here because Jorge was wide there, lost a lot of time through that section. Probably lost the front to have gone that wide, I would have thought.
Yeah, just a little moment perhaps. We've seen it on a number of occasions over the weekend, and someone goes wide in that corner. That's Luca Marini doing battle with Maverick Vinales. So Vinales up into 7th place, and yeah, I thought Marini had better pace than this. And Ucho seemed to think that it was Bezzecchi, Bagnaia and then Marini, but they'll probably be surprised to see a KTM, a Yamaha and 2 Aprilias ahead of him.
And as you can see, the gap's come down by 0.3 of a second, and that's going to give hope to Francesco Bagnaia with 2.5 laps to go. I don't think it's going to be enough, but you never know. The beauty of Assen is the last few corners, and especially the last corner. If you're in striking distance, it just gives you that chance to let the brake off, throw it up the inside, like so many have done over the years. Tell you what, this has been some lap from Bezzecchi actually, because the gap had come down, and it looks like he's pulled away again on this lap. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not his fastest lap of the race.
Could well be a response. Binder, Quartararo and Espargaro also in the 132s. Espargaro the fastest of the trio actually. He's coming again in the latter stages. It's not going to be another double pass into the chicane like it was at the end of the race last year, is it?
I mean, that was something else, to pass Jack Miller and Brad Binder into the last corner and get it stopped.
This is the closest that Espargaro has been to a podium this year, pretty much. I know he was 4th in the USA in the sprint, but that's his best result. He's had 2 5th places where he is now, but in terms of his position on track, it's the closest I can remember him.
Yeah, exactly. And again, another rider, well, and another manufacturer who need a boost, don't they?
2.8 miles of this famous old venue. Great crowding, as you can see from those wide shots. Can Quartararo conjure something up? Here we go then, round the Otterbrücken. Nowhere near close enough there. Is there a chance though as they roll around?
Maybe into 5.
Yeah, let's have a look into the Strubben.
Oh, he thought about it, didn't he? He had a long look, but Binder expected it, so Binder went defensive, not full defensive, but he closed the door. So,
and the other thing is he will then get the launch out of the corner that you can see straight away.
Look at that.
Look at the gap already that's opened up.
That's hard to race against then, so then you have to commit even more, carry more corner speed to try and get back on the back. I tell you what, they've closed onto Bagnaia here.
Well, Binder's had to push to keep Quartararo at bay. Bagnaia's last lap was a 133.2, and suddenly Binder is not too far away from a lunge here. Chicane, anybody?
Surely not Binder.
It's coming up in 6 corners time as Marco Bezzecchi slides the rear, pushing through Laukersler to the chicane. Here we go, through the Movenmeer. Fast right through there, click 6th gear, then for Hugger Heider. Is there any way? No, Bagnaia's just a bit too far away. Binder, 2nd track limit. So Binder's got a long lap penalty. Binder has a long lap penalty for exceeding track limits. So he's going to lose this. He's going to lose this podium here. As we come across the line, Marco Bezzecchi wins. Bagnaia in 2nd. Brad Binder has been given a long lap penalty. And Fabio Quartararo is on the podium.
That's unreal, isn't it? You sort of feel for Binder a little bit, but then you also feel pleased for Fabio because worked so hard in that race.